Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Cynic's Guide to Hippie Shit. Yes, I am here with Autumn Aldous,
Hello.
and we're going to be talking about going on retreat.
Yes.
So, I've been going on retreats on and off for a number of years, so I know what a retreat is, but people watching might not. What is a retreat?
A retreat is where you can take a break from your normal world, go to somewhere and reboot yourself. Go away from all your normal stresses and day-to-day routine, and it's just about you. Learning about you, empowering you, healing you, learning new skills that you can take back to your normal day life, and coming back recharged, energized, and with coping strategies to go on in the future.
So, when you go on retreat, you're literally going away somewhere, like physically going on holiday.
Generally, yes, it's
Generally.
a place to go and take away. It can be, I'm running retreats, I do run retreats. And so one of the retreats I'm running is quite local. It's only 5 miles away from where most people are being living, but it's still taking you out of your day-to-day life. But some retreats might be the other side of the world.
Oh,
And
that
so
sounds nice.
and you can go on a day retreat, but
Mm.
even the day retreat, it is still an escapism from your day-to-day life, and it's to a physical location.
So when we say retreat, it is like we're retreating from our lives
Yeah.
and retreating to something as well.
You're retreating from your everyday experiences and you're retreating to a place where you can, it's always about learning something. And it might be about learning about you. It might be learning how to do a skill. The first retreat I ever went on was a yoga retreat and a meditation retreat. And that was in Cambodia.
Oh,
And so I went to, and so that was about me learning yoga skills. But it might be about well-being as well. And so it was me going to a place to learn certain skills and to empower myself with new meditation skills, which I now take out and deliver to other people as well.
so if it's about learning, you could do that on, I don't know, a college course or an online course. What is it that's different about going on retreat? What do you learn that's different when you go on retreat?
I think it's the break and it takes you away from your day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
It is literally, that is the break. And it might not just be learning, it might be healing. Many of the retreats, it might be an emotional healing retreat. So that's one of the retreats I actually run myself. And so you do learn because you learn how to heal yourself. And they're generally, and what you do when you go on a retreat as well, is you often bond with people that are there with you.
Yeah.
People from all the way around the world bond together because you're sharing special experiences and you're getting to know people a lot deeper, quicker. And often they make lifelong bonds.
Yeah.
At the end of the retreats, I jump out of them, the WhatsApp groups. But I know those little groups continue for many years going forward.
Yeah.
And they regularly meet up as well,
Oh,
because
that's nice.
I think what they do is when you're on a retreat, you share so much of you. And you share things that you might not share with your normal everyday friends, because you've got a common purpose a lot of the time. And it leads to deep friendship sometimes, not all the time, but often it does.
So I was thinking as well that one of the differences between, say, going on a college course versus going on a retreat is that depth and that immersive experience.
Yeah.
So I've done retreats that are, so I spent a lot of time as a practicing Buddhist, and we went on Buddhist retreats, but I've also been on mindfulness teacher training retreats. And it's a very different experience learning mindfulness and also eating together and, sharing a bedroom with 4 other people and, doing chores together and having that element and going for walks in the afternoon together, having all of that immersive experience as well as the curriculum. It's very different. Yeah, I think immersive is the word that springs to mind.
It is. You wake up with that person, you have breakfast with that person, you have your last evening meal with that person, you share things you might not feel comfortable sharing with other people. Because the retreats that I run and we run and will be running with, you will be going deeper.
Yes.
A lot deeper. And so you will be talking about things that are quite personal to you.
Yeah.
And it's a safe environment to do that.
And I think the other thing is it's about what you're not doing. So I don't know about the retreats that you've run, but the retreats that I've run, there's generally no signal anyway, but you are told to turn off your phone. Sometimes you have a phone amnesty, so you put your phone in a box and you get it back at the end of the week. So you don't have that contact with the outside world, you don't have that contact with your outside life. And I'll do like training, like a day of mindfulness training online for various different people. And when we have the lunch break, I'll say, don't check your emails, don't go and do the washing, don't do your chores. And I know full well that they will.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what I would do. Because we're multitaskers. So a retreat is often a way of taking ourselves and forcing ourselves to completely be in that experience, which is really challenging actually, isn't it?
Yeah, my first retreat I ever went on, the one in Cambodia, when I arrived, I didn't know beforehand, we had to surrender our mobile phones and our Kindles, anything electronic, and our shoes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
We was in the jungle in Siem Reap with spiders.
Oh,
huge spiders. I'm talking about huntsman spiders, because it was communal toilets. I did have my own little hut. The doors didn't reach the bottom of the ground. But that was really interesting. And that was a total surrender. You did know, and you did have to sign for this before you went there. But the closest thing I've done when I've been running my retreats is I do like to try, if it's long enough, to have a day of silence.
yes.
And this is a learning experience as well, because the first time I did this, I realized people were communicating without using words.
Oh, yes.
Like kind of like, and I thought, okay, next time I will know this is kind of like stretching the limitations. But the day of silence, which I did in the Cambodian one, was beautiful.
Yeah.
Really, really, you get to be with you.
Yeah.
And the longer retreats, you need to have that day of silence, not kind of like on a short 2 or 3 days, but on one of those, I think it gives you a lot.
Oh, we could have a whole other episode, The Cynic's Guide to Silence. What does it give you? What is the point of silence?
I think silence is one of the best things ever. It's the most beautiful sound in the world.
Should we shut up for the rest of the episode?
I really, really am big on silence.
Why?
Because it allows you to be you. And so I often have periods of silence where I'm on my own during the day with silence. I drive and I don't put the radio on. And I find silence so enriching.
Yes.
And so you can't, lots of people, especially nowadays, have so much noise in their life.
Yes.
From the moment literally they wake up, they put the radio on, they put the television on. And I know many, many people go to bed listening to sounds. I know. Listening to white noise, listening to meditations. And so they don't give their brain a break.
Yes.
It is wall to wall noise.
Yep.
We need to have silence in our life. And when you are comfortable with you, self, and being in silence, you know you're okay. And with meditation, I mean, one of the purest forms of meditation, you could say observation of the breath, lots of people will say that, but the best one of all is to attain nothingness.
Ooh.
When you can get to point zero, where you're not even noticing your breath, noticing anything, when you are nothing. And when you are nothing, you become everything. It's quite hard to attain that. But if you can, even for a couple of minutes, and you can work towards that. So part of my daily routine now, I'm a big one on lists. Like I'm really, and one of them is on top of any normal meditations, I do 12 minutes of silence, trying to get to that nothingness. And the 12 minutes has gone like that. I swear sometimes it's like the moment I sit down and I set the timer, it's like, wow, where did that time go?
Mm.
And so it gives you so much by listening to nothing and being in silence.
But it's also terrifying for a lot of people.
Yeah.